It's the Feature Crew with Jacob Braunschweiger, Chris Oslin, Dylan Hallew. And now, here's the Feature Crew.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Feature Crew Live. We have an exciting week with two major releases, both Claude 4.6 Opus from Anthropic and GPT 5.3 Codex from OpenAI, battling to be the best coding model, the next best coding model in this never-ending cycle of new model releases and new top of the leaderboard. And so some of you might have seen that we released a video yesterday on the channel comparing the two models. A lot of viewers pointed out that we were not running Codex on extra high thinking, which we probably should have been doing. And so we're going to do a bit more of a builders live stream today and spend some time with with all of the models, but particularly with 3.5 Codex, 5.3 Codex, extra high thinking, and put it to the test and kind of run it through this similar test to what we did in the video and see how much of an edge it has over 5.3 Codex on medium thinking, which is the default and what we were testing it on. So we'll start running through some of the blog posts and just discussing the new models, run through that pretty quickly and get right to building.
Absolutely. Yeah. I was going to say, it was kind of interesting right off the bat. Let me start loading up the blog post that, number one, they both released within like minutes of each other. Yeah. Like the kind of like spats they have and like the bit and stuff. It's kind of insane. So, but regardless, that's great as consumers for us to be like, wow, this is so cool. They're both out. But also that 5.3 Codex came out before 5.3 was kind of not on my bingo card. Like I know that Sammy had been teasing it. And they're like, oh, codename Valak and stuff like that. But expect to see 5.3 sometime soon as well, I assume, right? Because it is kind of weird going this like coding model first. It feels very targeted, kind of shutting down Anthropic. It's very vibes based, but yeah, regardless. So let's go through the blog posts. So OpenAI introducing 5.3 Codex. They noted, and we noted as something we wanted to do, that it's not in the API yet. At some point,
it was frustrating.
It was frustrating. They were like, we're looking to make it safe in the API soon. And I get like, these are much better models. So there's probably some response layer, sort of things they need to work through. But they talk about it being frontier agentic capabilities. I think Sam A did a tweet where it talks about, being good at like computer use, hitting like, top of the tier, top of the leaderboard for like SWE benchmark and stuff like that. As we come through here, it's just kind of verbalizing that it's a SWE Bench Pro. What are we seeing here? We have Codex 5.2, 5.2. So just seeing Codex kind of, having more accuracy with less output tokens. Terminal Bench, they now start to do, when we were looking through this earlier, we were like, they're kind of doing feature crew testing. They're like making games and stuff like that. To be fair, these games are pretty cool. We like doing our like, physics sims and stuff like that. But these are very impressive demos. Jacob, you said you had tried them out, right? How were they?
Yeah, I think so. What I liked about it was that they are trying to underscore this whole like inference scaling concept, and that the GPT series, and particularly the Codex series, is very, very focused on these long-running agentic tasks and scaling better with like a smaller model than 4.6 Opus, but running more thinking tokens. And so they were able to show they actually for the games that they made and showed, they host the games in a playable version, which is something we've been doing on the channel for a long time, right? Take the artifacts and upload them to our website. And then what they went an extra step further, and they uploaded different variants of each artifact, right? So after the first prompt, after the second prompt, and maybe, I forget what the exact values were, but they sort of denominated them with how many thinking tokens went into producing each output and like how many agentic cycles, right? So I thought that was cool. And it was like a very easy to grok illustration of how multiple turns and many more thinking tokens can make outputs better.
Yeah, absolutely.
So love to see a little bit more feature crew-esque testing from OpenAI.
Absolutely. And as we talked about in our previous video, we'll talk about probably again today, we are looking to revamp our tests, as is immediate obvious. Seeing these, like a lot of our tests have been capped out. So we're starting to think of ways of incorporating more complex tests, more rigorous kind of benchmarking, and obviously all your feedback as well. Like the fact that we noticed from the comments, like, oh, you need to test an extra high, exactly what we're doing today. So let's finish going through this blog post. They talk also about web development. That is something we might, test out soon. I've been using Codex to help build the Feature Crew website, and it's been, pretty awesome. So featurecrew.io will be revamped very soon. Look out for that. But they show
don't look at it now. It's
don't look
still
at it out. Don't look at it now.
one-pager GPT, like I don't even know what output.
3,
GPT 4.0 output.
Okay, not bad. But they show some comparisons of like, hey, like, better vibes and so on, based on a single prompt. And then they talk a little bit about beyond coding. But obviously 5.3 Codex is very just focused on coding. It is their coding class model. So expect when they have 5.3, it's probably going to be like, hey, like, look at all this other cool stuff it does. Maybe, just more like, but Codex can be used for like agentic reasoning and stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, a lot of agentic applications kind of reduce to coding, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
a coding focused model will be better than a non-coding focused, like general based model at a large set of agentic tasks. Like I care about 3D spatial temporal design, and we'll see that a little bit more when we play around with vibe worlds later. But yeah, in the domains I care about, it can be reduced to coding, even though the coding agents aren't perfect at it. And so I think a lot of agents, like Remotion would be another example, right? Where that's basically reducing 2D animation and making video editing into like a coding agentic sort of task. So I would expect Codex to be better at that than the normal base GPT series as well.
Absolutely. And then we come down to the bottom. They talk a little bit about it being high capability for cybersecurity related threats in their preparedness framework. So I do like that they're thinking about RAI. I'm the token decel RAI guy in the pod, but regardless, it's good that they are thinking about these things. And even as we start to use these things, the fact that you can start to like one shot and like iterate through like pretty impressive like programs is incredible. So of course, as you start to, broadly let people use that, they can also use it for malicious intent. So good that they're actually thinking about that, at least from my perspective. And then they're talking about it being available, but it's
and just to mention again, I was very upset that it wasn't available in the API.
Yeah,
we're going to do some vibe worlds tests in this video to like sort of fill the time while extra high thinking is working in Codex, and so I was hoping we could get the new Codex models in vibe worlds as well, but obviously that requires API availability, so we'll be focusing on 4.6 Opus for that.
Absolutely. So there we go. That was where it said at the end, we're working to safely enable API access soon. So it is what it is. But you do get a lot of Codex use out of this. And just to reiterate, the fact that you get this you might even get on the free plan, but you certainly get on the plus plan, which is like incredible, right? When you compare that, as we'll talk about, and we talked about in our video, that, Opus by comparison can run up a lot of cogs. So 5.3 being faster, and the fact that you get seemingly a lot of access on the normal tier, I call normal tier the $20 a month or whatever, is pretty impressive. Like,
and it'll be interesting to see today how quickly extra high thinking is eating up the like 5 hour and 1 week quota on the Codex account we're using, right? That'll be a good benchmark, because yesterday as we were testing medium thinking, it was not eating up the usage very quickly, and then in contrast, in the same amount of prompts, Opus 4.6 was burning like
$20.
Yeah, we burned over $20, right? So we burned over in like one sitting, 2 hours, we burned over the cost of a plus subscription, right?
But if you go check the video, it was very ambitious. We give it that. And like, I saw a tweet from Anthropic. They were like, oh, it made a C compiler or something. I shudder to think about how much that would have cost in terms of like API cost.
My God.
Let's switch over to the other dual release this week, which was Claude Opus 4.6. So they talk about it upgrading their smartest model, and this is just their kind of like, would you call it their flagship model, right? Like it
absolutely their flagship model.
Yeah. So this basically, instead of it being just Codex or coding focused, it is their flagship model. They obviously open by saying it proves on its coding skills. Anthropic being very coding focused, they were obviously very interested in that from like a benchmark perspective.
And on your point about flagship model, there's this interesting discussion. I don't have like a conclusion on this, but I've been seeing rumors, and before 4.6 came out, there were a lot of rumors that Sonnet 5 was going to release, that's what was going to release this week. And I've seen rumors that they took Sonnet 5
Yeah.
and deployed it as Opus 4.6 because Sonnet 5 was beating Opus 4.5 on benchmarks. Now, I don't know if this is true, but
Oh.
I
would
would
expect
I
them.
really hope that's not true because I
Yeah.
really hope they're not caught like doing like order of magnitude larger inference cost and billing that as you know what I mean, like taking a smaller model and billing it at a higher model's inference rate.
Yeah. I would have expected the Occam's razors just they're waiting for 5.3 to release, and then they just go Sonnet 5. Like they seem to be doing this lockstep thing, and they want to kind of have that like,
Right.
spat
And
going
everybody, of course, there's a lot of people that know each other and
in the
talk
yeah, exactly.
across
They
the
just know
companies.
like 2 p.m. like there's something they're gonna release. So it's like yeah, but that's all speculation. We don't really have any insider information. This is just being chronically online. So as we continue through with the blog post, Opus 4.6 features a 1 million token context window in beta.
Beta, which is critical to
yeah. 4.6 can also do everyday work tasks. They're plugging again co-work, which is their essentially Claude Code was taking a kind of take Twitter by storm, and co-work is their essentially Claude Code for project manager IWM work sort of thing, where it can go and do like generic things like let's go make a doc and stuff like that. It talks about it being state of the art in several evaluations, so it's going like humanities Lavis exam, terminal bench, probably like sweet.
There's something interesting to talk about here where knowledge work was the default pill selected, right?
Yeah.
So like it does seem like they're pushing the knowledge work performance and pushing the Claude co-work thing. I do still think, I mean, without getting too much, I do still think that app is going to have limited usage for a while.
I can see it from their business perspective that they need to push this up in order to stay relevant. But,
right, and they're trying to stay in that enterprise. Like they're trying to basically fight the enterprise fight, which is a difficult fight.
It is very difficult fight. That's an entire video in itself. So they go knowledge work first as the pill, agentic search, coding, and reasoning across a couple of like pretty well-known benchmarks. HLE, fascinating that I'm trying to remember. It was like Arc AGI did the V2, right? Humanities last
and they're
exam
talking about V3 already.
Yeah. So there's a lot of these reasoning ones that like are almost getting saturated, and they're like pushing V2, V3. And even with humanities last exam, they're like, oh, once it like tops this, like we're done, we're gone. And I'm already like, okay, well, it's getting to 40, 50%. Like, end of this year, it might start to get like pretty high marks. But again, entire video on this, but atoms are hard. Like even once you start to get this knowledge, we do think this is going to be like the year of the implementation of agents, but it will be interesting to see the actual effects. They talk about having Claude Code, assembling agent teams and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen some funny posts about agent teams and like how they work together and how they're like thanking each other and apologizing for stepping on each other's code, like with PRs, right, and causing merge conflicts. I think that's really funny. But like honestly, I don't. Yeah, what?
Is it actually like a multi-agent runtime, or is it just like a?
There is actually like some amount of multi-agent thing going on.
Okay, yeah, cool. And then they talk about
but it's mostly for parallelization, right? It's not for like, oh, we get some like emergent behavior out of multiple agents. It's like, oh, we're gonna run a bunch in parallel.
Yeah, I guess is this just? I haven't actually played this video. I'm assuming it's just Claude work.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're still pushing all this, it helps with knowledge work. It's not just coding, but coding is obviously their like, prime use case, the thing they always like people looking at their benchmarks and so on. And then they talk about the pricing and so on, first impressions, just like people like, and then coming.
Yeah, and then of course everybody's saying, oh, we're the best at this benchmark. I mean, at this point when we're releasing models like back to back, it's like, it's hard to compare the benchmark. Like, people like obviously the GPT 5.3 benchmark isn't here. And then on the GPT 5.3 blog post, the Opus 4.6 benchmark isn't there. So, because, it's so back to back in the release. So I think the best thing we can do is do what we do, which is just go try it and see what we
actually feel it. Exactly. Yeah. And then they also talk about safety. So again, great that they're all trying to quantify this. And then they do allow in the API. So plus to that, having in the API so much, it's just like a nice quality of life thing. Although it costs a ton, At least
Yeah, it
that's
is
what
a
I'm saying.
hella expensive model. And then not releasing the new Sonnet at the same time means that, yeah, if you want to use the newest best stuff from Anthropic, then you need to use this Opus model, which is like the most expensive flagship model, I would say, um, in the industry. So
Definitely. Now, as we're finishing off with the blog posts, I want to now pull up into Codex so that we can actually start to like send off some prompts. So let's get that started, just because we do want this to be more of a builder stream. We actually run some stuff. So here we created a, let me just minimize everything so it's not as ugly. We are now using Codex 5.3 extra high. So yesterday we had it on medium, and now we would need to push it as hard as it can on extra high.
yes,
So I created,
picture the screen where we've got like 20 comments being like, why not extra high? We're sorry, we didn't do extra high in the video.
we
We're
exactly
trying to make up for it now.
maybe yeah, we could even make another video with like just all the comments collated and be like, yeah, we
Yeah.
heard you. But reminder, we do listen to feedback, so please keep leaving comments. So I went ahead and created a separate repo, and just while we were like getting started today, we ran the Planet V2 prompt as we did in the previous video. And I just wanted it to have time to kind of set up, because it often takes a while to like create the repo and make all the files and stuff. Interestingly, and if we're making a real video on this, I would probably like try and do something about this. But what it did is it found a starter example. I don't know if I can go back through the reasoning. Nah, interesting. It actually kind of removes it. I didn't realize that. But in the reasoning, it was talking about like, I'm going to look like ls through other repositories near this repository. It found the other folders that we had worked on previously and was like, oh, hey, this is great. I'm going to use this as like a starter thing to see how I should implement. Kind of crazy. Like we were both like, that is
Yeah, it
kind of
found
invaluable.
both. Yeah, to be clear, it found both of the tests from yesterday and was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, look, it's the
Oh,
same test, which
yeah,
is
exactly.
obviously the intention. But so like we shouldn't consider this, as Dylan was saying, like a direct comparison, because it had a little leg up by virtue of being able to look through 5.3 medium and 4.6 highs implementations. But we're excited to see how far we can push this. And this is the initial planet that we got back. So we wanted to start, these prompts can take a long time to run, and we're obviously doing this live, so we can't cut out the runtime. So we wanted to get started with something. And I would say this is a pretty solid result. Like if you played around with the sea level and such, then you could get something quite better.
We go through, we still have like kind of the pinching at the poles. We can see that the atmosphere is kind of weird. The rotation at least works compared to yesterday. Like the slider works out the box. If we slow it down and come through, we have water working as expected here. Looks semi-realistic. And we have some kind of like mountainous things going on over here. Like the planet, I mean, the planet itself is very lacking water. So this
Yeah.
is kind of like, honestly, like pretty similar to the level of 5.3 medium. Like I don't see this as like a huge difference. Like it's different, but like in terms of its like foundation and stuff, it's like about the same. Would you say
Yeah, I would
that's
even
fair
say with
assessment?
like with the initial parameter choices, like the noise params and the sea level, I would actually say that the 5.3 medium choices were a little bit better.
Yeah, yeah, I probably agree with that. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and send off the next prompt for this to start iterating. So let's focus on just a similar to what we did yesterday as our second prompt. Just make this like not garbage. Like we want it to do a overall pass at the fidelity. We will want it to maybe make the biomes a bit more obvious, add a little bit more water. I might even in this one explicitly say, hey, let's add some sliders so we can customize the planet so it really thinks about like noise distribution and so on. Anything else to add?
No, I think this is great. Let's send it off.
Awesome. So I'll type that up for now. And then if you want to go ahead and kick off some vibe board stuff.
Yeah. So while Dylan's working on that, I can pull up Vibe Worlds, which is where we'll be running some 4.6 Opus prompts. And Vibe Worlds is, for those who don't know, it's an experiment that I put up, a world generation experiment. This is available publicly at vibeworlds.ai, so anybody can go try it. If you sign up, use the code Feature Crew for free access to world generation. And we are going to run some Opus 4.6 prompts here. So we're also planning to run, as like for the duration of the stream, it's going to take a while. We'll see how far we can push the Planet Gen on 5.3 Codex extra high in the effort to compare it to the testing we did yesterday and see if we can get to that like full Planet Sim game that we dream of. But then in the meantime, we can run some quicker prompts with 4.6 Opus on Vibe World. And so we'll be taking suggestions for that. So anybody who wants to see a specific world in the chat, let us know. First, I'll run a one of my common test prompts just for like a sci-fi shooter world. So I'll type that out now. So I'm asking for a sci-fi shooter world with varied locations, enemies, loot, and a boss battle. We'll just see how it interprets this. In my head, this is a little Destiny-esque, but we'll see what it does with it. Oh, this is GPT-5 thinking. I will reset this and start it on Opus. So we can even do a little comparison on the same prompt between GPT-5 and Opus. So same prompt here. And while I'm typing, drop your suggestions in the chat if you want to see specific worlds generated. Great. I will check the chat. And thanks for everybody for joining our lives. We're doing weekly lives on the channel just as a way to like be more engaged with the community and be able to cover things that we can't always cover in like a fully edited flagship video. Strength, thanks for joining. Strength in chat says I have free tier and that they are abusing the free codex, which I think is great and exactly what you should be doing in this time where they're doing the codex app launch and giving free quota. I want to make sure that I set aside, I'm a little bit busy this month, but I want to make sure I set aside some time to like make use of my 2x quota in the Codex app. And we can see that the world is starting to stream in. It's adding a pulse round and a rail slug. So it's following my request for varied weapons and enemies, sentry laser, a frag grenade. So I'm excited to see what comes out of this. And in the meantime, I can hop over into one that I pre-generated. Let's see. This Realm of the Shattered Crown. This was a fantasy world generated by Opus 4.6. And so we can see what it did. It gave us a bunch of different locations on this signpost. We've got the Whispering Woods, the Stonewatch Mountains, the Murkmire Swamp, and just the detail of these worlds. The cool thing about having a harness that it's like easy to swap in new models is that you can like, first of all, it's not a heavy lift when a new model comes out to like get it in and get the benefits of the increased intelligence. But then it's also ends up being sort of like this test platform for me where I can see, like quickly test a new model and see what its 3D performance is like. And maybe even 4D, right? Like it's not just 3D. This is temporal. Things are moving. Things are animated. And so even since I released this maybe 2 months ago, we've seen very quickly improving spatial temporal intelligence across all the models. And I would say that Opus, I've already died, but Opus 4.5 was the winner before this week. And I haven't gotten to do the deep testing yet to declare a winner here between Opus 4.5 and Codex 5.3. So we'll get a sense over the course of this video for where Opus 4.6 is at. Unfortunately, as we were saying, 5.3 is not available yet in the API, so we can't run that comparison yet in this like 3D world generation harness. But at the very least, we have our video with the Planet Gen and the combined testing there to test that out. Dylan, what are you seeing over on the Planet Gen side of things? Oh wait, maybe we lost Dylan there. All right, let me quickly tell Dylan just in case he doesn't know that we lost him. And I will continue here. We can check out and see if the worlds have finished that we were generating before. Okay, they're still working. I'll keep exploring this, and I can go into fly mode so we can kind of see the how it decided to do this world. It mentioned that there was a dungeon, so I see the dungeon over there below the terrain. And this is something that I wasn't quite seeing with 4.5 Opus, where you would have multiple locations. Like here, we've got the temple over there. We've got sort of the starting location, and then there's like a dragon boss over in that in those ruins over there, and then we've got this like mine area, and so we didn't see quite that variety in the past, and so it's kind of cool to see even just like one turn of the crank, a 0.1 model upgrade from 4.5 Opus to 4.6 Opus that we're seeing, that I'm already seeing like a step change in the sort of detail of these worlds and how much variety there is. So that's cool. Dylan, welcome back. We lost you there for a minute.
Everything crashed, which is terrible for a live stream. But
was it Codex?
I think we're back.
Was it Codex's fault?
Don't know. Like Safari quit unexpectedly, and then I don't know if it was what Codex was. I doubt it. Like the only thing I'm seeing it do is like cat, and like I've got just a terminal open that's running like the web server. So I don't know. I might have also been like my camera like glitching out for a bit. So apologies. I'm back.
All right, welcome back. Are there any updates on the Codex side, or should I
taking its time?
Okay. Well, in that case, we will check out the sci-fi shooter world that we got. This one should be GPT-5. And Opus is still working. So often when I ask for a sci-fi world without giving it a lot of context, it goes straight for these like neon rings and stuff. It's like goes like Tron style, I guess. And there are always drones, which is funny. This one, that Raider Trooper really destroyed me there.
Yeah, but was this generated with 4.6 Opus?
No, so we're still waiting for 4.6 Opus. It hasn't finished yet. But we are still, this is GPT-5, which I accidentally sent at the beginning, but it's nice to get a response back and be able to run around.
Very good.
This has kind of got a similar layout, but again, with like 3 locations instead of 6 and no additional dungeon below the map. And so we're already kind of seeing how like a couple months of turning the crank on models gives us significantly, like noticeably better results.
Yeah. Well, Codex Extra High is doing something. We're nearly there. It's done a lot of changes. I think it's made a lot of extra files. So I assume, yeah. Okay. It's talking through its reasoning. It's saying, I found issues with like why you think it looks ass. Terrain colors are subtle and water only appears where elevation is greater than 0. So larger land masses dominate. So now it's kind of recognizing where it needs to fix, but it's done like a lot of extra files.
Apparently, well, I mean, to be fair, we did kind of give it the context of like we were trying to build this extensible thing that was going to have a bunch more features along the way. So it's kind of a good thing to see it doing that.
Yeah, it's certainly thinking a lot more than what we had yesterday. So that is good. It seems like it is reasoning extra high, but it'll be interesting to see if we get an extra high result. I think I'm more interested when we really start to push it with the challenge mode. So once we've done, if the sliders are looking good, we immediately want to go into challenge mode and then like challenge mode plus. You're just getting schooled.
Yeah, I am. Well, because there were no. This is a health stim. So for context, now we are in the Opus 4.6 world, and it gave us like a red sun on the horizon. And I want to see if I can get into. I might just use fly mode to get into this. I'm not sure if there's any sort of interior situation. Okay, no, it didn't do much of an interior in the crash ship. But I do like that there's like a bit more variety. This feels a little bit more like an alien planet than that last one we were on. And it sort of does have like less locations. And this is something I found with like especially in these 3D harnesses where the GPT-5 series generally, or the GPT series in general, will like follow my instructions. So when I ask for multiple locations, it's more likely to give me multiple locations.
Yeah.
And then Opus will often make like more detailed models and like a more interesting world, basically. Even if it's not following my instructions exactly. Let's see. I want to see in Strength in chat says that they have Comet running on 8 tabs. They're running in parallel, controlling 8 Codex agents. So we've got agents controlling agents, or it's the future's already here. We're stacking agents. I'm curious what you're finding with like are they stepping on each other's toes? Is it worth having 8 agents going versus having one? Do you have like some master file that has a plan that they're all following, or is it kind of just like build towards goal and everybody does their best? I'm curious how you're getting that to work.
And I'm going to start sharing. We are nearly there with the Codex follow-up. So I can start to show you that it's starting to render a bit better. It's added a whole lot of sliders. You can see there's like a lot more like realistic clouds. I guess I wonder it's still doing the implementation. It's kind of laggy when it does this, but yeah, I mean the sliders are already starting to work. I'm having a look. It is.
Oh, that's way better.
Yeah. So like, it is really. It's got like water opacity. Oh yeah.
Oh, and it gave you a lot more sliders than we're used to.
Yeah, wave amplitude. Whoa, that is kind of cool. Atmospheric glow. Whoa, I think it's still doing iterations. This is okay. It's all reset everything. I think it's just making sure that everything's building, so it keeps running little commands. But it's done a pretty good job here. Like, given a single follow-up prompt, I think it's done a pretty good job to be like, let me clean this up a bit. So, noise distribution seems to work well. If we go terrain height, we can probably make it more spiky. Biome contrast. Oh yeah, make it more green, more Minecrafty. It's probably more desert. Terrain ruggedness. The poles are still hella pinching. That's crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad implementation. Like, this is like...
No, it's pretty good. And I'm hoping that because we gave it like an idea at the beginning that it's going to be doing extensions and developing this over time, that we'll get a better result as we like move on now to challenge mode and try to get the first person view with props and inventory and all that sort of stuff.
Like, the one thing I'll give it, like, maybe it's not fully... the scale feels not bad. Like where it's put the clouds relative to atmosphere. The clouds are moving, look kind of realistic. That some mountain ranges are going above it and so on. Like, this feels like pretty decent. I mean, obviously, like in true context, it would need to be a lot more flat or whatever, but it seems reasonable. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm having a look. Yeah, it looks like it's all happy. It's like, hey, I could do a second pass focused on whether you want it more Earth-like or Mars-like, if you want to seed or randomly generate. So I think we're just going to straight to challenge mode. I'm going to go ahead and basically give the same prompt we did yesterday, which is go straight into first person mode. We want to see what it does from that. And then we're going to also try and add in like city gen inside. So let's start just with challenge mode, which is first person. So I'm going to cue that up. You'll probably see the planet itself mess around a little bit, but that should be fine. Jacob, if you've got anything you want to showcase during this time, feel free. Otherwise, we can probably I'll talk through what Codex is kind of streaming, or I can show Codex itself in a second.
Yeah, get started. I'm getting set up here for, we had a viewer request for a recreation of the Great Pyramid as an interesting test. So I'll run that in Vibe Worlds as well with 4.6 Opus. And definitely anybody watching, let us know if you want to see. I can run multiple of these in parallel. So if you want to see any 4.6 world gens, let me know, and I'll do that as we're kind of working along on the planet test.
Absolutely.
So I'm pulling up do you want me to grab screen sharing, Dylan?
Yeah, go for it. Usable hop. I think the first iterations are going to look kind of bad. So as it starts to kind of go through, I've just sent out the prompt, so it'll start thinking for like maybe a few minutes and then implementation. So if you have something more fun to show while we're waiting, please do.
All right. So we're here. Great Pyramid of Giza. I'm going to look for a cutaway photo to try to give it the best chance it can of accurately replicating the interior. Let me do a little. Nope, that's all made up. Okay. It's a good thing I know what the actual interior of the pyramid is like.
Is this
one
better?
it's better, but it's not super accurate.
That's how I would have expected. Like,
This
that's
is the
what I thought it
best.
was. This is the best?
Best of the
Cool.
3 that I looked at. Okay. So we're going to grab this image. Oh, it's WebP. Damn. I don't know if anybody knows why that happened. Dylan, do you know the switch from PNG to WebP? Like it's WebP everywhere now. I don't know when this happened.
I don't know, some bundler probably is like more efficient with this, but yeah, it is what it is.
Can do a quick conversion, and then we will grab the JPEG, upload it. So we're asking for an exact recreation of the Great Pyramid of Giza with a detailed and highly accurate interior. We'll see how it does.
I'm frankly pretty impressed that you were able to do that on the fly. That's
what, the conversion?
Yeah. Did you just take a screenshot?
No, that would have been the quickest way. No, the preview has built-in like export, and then you can choose the format.
Not bad, not bad.
Okay. Preview is one of my favorite applications ever developed, not because it's professional or highly featured, but because it has like the minimum set of features to be useful in just like every day I need to do something with a photo scenarios.
Yeah.
So this is going to take a little while. Let's take a look at chat and see if anybody has any requests. None have come in yet. So like definitely, if you want to see something, if you have a favorite world, we can even do a little bit of copyright violation here. So if you have like a favorite franchise you want to see replicated by Opus, let us know.
RAI filters are just off for Vibe Worlds. I was gonna say I do appreciate the landing page with the funky Victor sort of thing. What was that on your coffee cup as well?
Oh, I appreciate it. This, so I put my company logo, General Holography, generalholography.com. Check it out. Reach out to me if you're looking for a job or involvement in like AI for 3D. But I got this little coffee mug printed so I can feel like my company's a real thing, even though we're still in the early days here.
It is a real thing. And look out soon for Feature Crew merch. We are flooding the idea of getting some merch as well. So we will probably be developing that and flooding it with everyone.
Yes. I mean, we definitely, at the very least, we need it internally. We've been talking about this for like a year. And I want to rock my Feature Crew shirt or Feature Crew mug on stream, So if you have any merch requests, and again, any world requests, let us know in chat. There's not much to watch over here. So Dylan, do you want to?
Yeah, let's switch back over. Like Codex is still like really in the weeds, but I'm starting to see it have first person.
Oh, so it already, because it's hot reloading, right? So you're able to
exactly. So we can start to see it as it kind of goes through. It's looking obviously a lot like the previous one. Should be sharing soon. Riverside's not great at switching the screen share, so appreciate folks who are viewing this live. We are learning. This is like third stream, so we're trying to make sure that we're trying different things out. But the ability to switch,
I believe is this our third or is this our fourth?
It could be the fourth. Lucky number 4, right?
It could be. And also, Chris is not here this week. We should have mentioned that at the top. He's got a sort of family event, so he's busy, but he'll be back next week.
Is this?
No, it hasn't switched. Do you want me to like take down my screen share?
Yeah, try that. It doesn't seem to want to boot yours. Let's have a look. I mean, I'm starting to even be able to play, so it will be cool when we get it. Let's try one more time now that you're. It's even saying that it's sharing a window like Riverside.
Yeah. Oh. It was loading for a second.
Seeing anything? Yeah, it's really confused. We might need to do that from now on. Like stop the screen share from another user. It just starts to make other tracks and stuff like that. So give us a second. We are trying to show you what is rendering from Codex, which is working on a full planet sim and first person kind of gameplay loop now.
And Strength responded to the question from before of there's a mass. So in the context of running many instances of Codex, with Comet browsers, basically doing the orchestration over the agent. Strength says that there's a master doc they refer to keep up with the overall project. They refer to it, and the codex is assigned along with a structured prompt. So this is what I would imagine. I think it's good. This whole frontier of like how many agents can work together on the same project and parallelized work is going to be really interesting to see play out. Like we'll have these sort of homebrewed versions, and then I would imagine that over time there'll be like I would say the multi-agent thing we're seeing in Claude Code is like an early example of how we'll start to see multi-agent systems making it into like production in a traditional sort of productized way. Yeah, and we're really starting to push towards that like OpenAI goal of organizational intelligence as like a real benchmark for where AI systems are approaching AGI. So it's kind of crazy to see the progress in single agents over the last year and where it will go from here.
So the stream's probably really laggy, but are you starting to see this?
Mm-hmm.
This abomination. It is very likely that it's been grabbing from our previous implementation, because these look suspiciously like the cars that we saw yesterday from yesterday's video. So even though we said, hey, like, just go ahead and make it first person, it has gone ahead and gone through the other implementations. So
why is it even
interesting that
able
code-
to see those?
I don't know. Does it have root access? Just ls? Because this is a separate project. Maybe it's allowed to ls like at the one above the root or whatever. Sorry, one above the repo. I don't know, but I will look into that because this is definitely just copying the implementation from yesterday.
Yeah,
The
it's very
performance is not
strange.
bad. The performance is not bad. I don't know if it's probably lagging a bit on stream, but it's definitely like going in smooth, so that's not a problem. But let's see, does it have E to collect? Q
Wait,
to
did you even
play?
ask for cities, Dylan?
No, I didn't ask for cities. I
Oh,
literally
so it's straight up stealing.
it's just straight up stealing. Like the prompt is what we used yesterday, which was, now that we have a foundation for planet generation, we want to turn this into a first-person game, including first-person player controls, a usable hotbar, props on the planet, reasonable planet prop and player scale, a lot on the planet and props, so on. So it was just what we used yesterday in our video, and yet it's just totally got into other implementations, stolen the city. So, I mean, props for being intelligent in that it's probably more effective to copy code than it is to think about code.
Mm-hmm.
But a little bit disappointing that it just kind of did that. I thought I don't know. I mean, that's on me for, next time we need to, I don't know, maybe properly sandbox it, isolate it, so it doesn't just go ahead and arbitrarily copy. And extra high, I would have thought it would actually try to like make its own. It's certainly been taking longer to get a response. I'll say that, but we're able to collect stumps. Even stumps. Do you remember yesterday we were very impressed when we're like, oh, hey, this is a stump and it's a good size.
And it's the exact same stump. And
just
look at the
copied.
rocks are small too. This is like unfortunately not a great test, but good learning that the Codex app isn't as sandbox to the directory you give it.
Yeah, what do you call it? Not thread. We were talking about this off stream, but it's kind of confusing that it looks like it's threads, but threads exist, I guess, in a project, but projects
they have
don't seem
multiple
independent.
concepts. They have multiple concepts in the app. There are threads which exist within a project. The project is tied to a directory, but apparently not sandboxing the agent to that directory. And then you also have environments which are tied to a repo, and that's how the cloud agent runs. So while I have been liking the Codex app so far, there is this it is a little bit confusing. Like, though it's not an easy problem to merge, like, okay, first local agents, then local parallel agents and cloud agents all in the same UX, but there's definitely some growing pains there.
Look, I'm just typing in a full prompt. I want it to greatly improve the implementation. I want to make the buildings not like normal on the terrain. I want them to make the people and cars look more realistic. That's already a lot, but do you want to add anything else to
that? No, just, well, I would say that, like, yeah, maybe like give it a screenshot, because like there's so much messed up right now. Like the cars are messed up. Like now it's basically gotten to the point where 5.3 Codex Medium was yesterday, because it seems like it copied a lot of the implementation for the cars and the buildings, and so we're going to try to get it to like rectify some of those problems. The other thing you can ask for, if we want it to be a bigger request, is ask for like fly mode. I mean, that shouldn't be very hard for it, but fly mode will let us better test log, because we'll be able to fly away and see how the geometry responds. Dylan, did it claim to have implemented LOD here?
I'm scrolling through. It said planet LOD chain is implemented via 3.lod. So yeah.
Okay.
And I agree that as we get fly mode, it will help. But I went ahead, I attached a screenshot. I have also given it just a small prompt to improve. If it improves the like buildings and the cars alone, that'll already be a great update. And we can just admire the chaos of the city.
Yeah, do we want to? We should test out some. I mean, it added like inventory and crafting and stuff, so we should test that out. See if you can make it happen.
It just, and as someone said, it's lazy and likes to copy others' work. It's kind of crazy that like, it's kind of like what people do in industry. So
yeah,
maybe it is really getting intelligent.
Well, there's that old joke that, right, like the programmer keyboard just has Command V and C, right? It's just like copy and paste.
I am able to place things in I don't think these will be placeable. They are not placeable, but at least the hotbar kind of works down the bottom. You can see I was able to add items there. We should be able to craft, right? We have fiber and can make rope. We can make rope. Great. Can we make planks? Now we need, this is the classic thing. The same problem as yesterday. You can't collect stone, so you can't make an axe or a pickaxe or anything like that. So maybe we can just kind of run around. There's also a beacon core. So I guess that's what I interpreted as making a gameplay loop. I think it's at some point said, gather 20 wood, stone, fiber, and then make a beacon core. So it's starting to think about like, hey, there needs to be some kind of objective here.
Yep. Ooh, what happened there?
Let me look. Yeah, it's probably editing.
Live. Oh, okay. So
we'll get a few. It'll hot reload a little bit. Oh, we should have asked for the trees. This is another dead giveaway that it copied because it has the
the skinny trees from last time.
Skinny trees. At the very least, it's kept the kind of planet going. Has it kept? It's hard to tell. This is giving me very RuneScape vibes. Like
yeah.
And this, I was like, wow. Maybe that's the next thing we should do. Just go re-implement RuneScape, including the UI. Can make the 3D world kind of make like all the XP and stuff. That seems like kind of within its
XP
wheelhouse.
Seems super easy. Yeah.
Right? Like it's just more like basically making complicated hash maps.
Yeah, so I think the hardest thing would be to try to make those little characters that are animated, because there's so many animations in RuneScape, right? There's like the walking, the mining, the casting spells, swords, all that stuff.
I want to see if it will make a RuneScape clone now. I'm like, wow, that would be awesome if it could.
Question for chat: what do people want to see? What are your favorite games from childhood that you want to see AI completely re-implement?
I can already see it's implemented the fly toggle. It's implementing a lot in each iteration, so I can now fly though.
This is good.
Let's see if we'll be able to. Oh, you can see, LOD coming in. Do you see it as I fly out like that and come in? Did you see that difference in terrain?
Wait, do it again.
So I'm gonna fly out. It's kind of like right here, smooth, and then I'm gonna fly in.
It gets more rugged. At that. On the terrain too, and then wait, fly out even more to see if the props respond.
Hot
reload.
We're
fighting with the agent.
We are. It's doing too much for us.
Did it break it?
Well, it is in the middle of making changes.
Yeah.
So there we go. It just committed something else to the same file. And it seemed to be able to hot reload again. Okay, can I fly up? Okay. So we're trying to see if I fly down a bit. I don't think the props are responding. Like, I think the props are just staying there. And it's just more that the LOD is kind of like as a number of polygons change, it's just kind of masking the object. So yeah, well, at least we see flying working. I wonder what it's doing for the cities. Not seeing any change. I guess the roads look thicker. Maybe not. The cars are still whatever you want to call this.
Yeah, the cars are like, I mean, at least they don't. Yeah, it was a small improvement to the cars.
It's literally like they look like Pikmin. Anyone in chat know Pikmin? 10 points if you do.
10 points for Gryffindor.
We
It
should
has
start
not
having-
gotten to fixing the buildings yet.
It's probably the real thing. You know, we're really seeing it be lazy tonight. Like it's like, man, I really should get around to fixing the buildings, but I'm just not gonna do that. We'll see.
It
Though.
would be funny if it reloads right now with fixed buildings.
Hey, I would love to be wrong.
It's like it can hear you. That was always the thing, right? People would see like ads pop up about something they're talking about on their phone, and oh my god, it's listening.
Too true. Amazon's too good with that.
By the way, we do not yet have a. I have to check my Anthropic API because there's a chance we ran out of credits again.
Ran $100 worth of credits just with 2 prompts. I really.
And I am
wonder how
curious.
much-
Yeah, if anybody in chat is like a super heavy user of Claude Code, like on the max plan or something like that, is it actually unlimited? Like, because it says like max 5x, max 10x. I'm very curious, like where it actually cuts things off, because Opus is quite an expensive model, and when I run down the API, I like just watch those credits burn.
And Mustard Gaming's, we're noticing GPT being lazy tonight. What's been happening is like it's essentially copying code from repos that are like nearby in the folder structure. So it's just like copy pasting code. And then even here we were joking that it seems to be kind of skipping around the hard thing. I'm seeing in terms of its reasoning tokens, it's now saying, oh, you know, I've confirmed that like fly mode's working, and I'm going to start working on gravity orientation helpers, etc. So we'll see. But fixing the buildings was probably the hard part. That's what we were really impressed yesterday with the Claude Opus 4.6 implementation. The fact that the city gym was so good, the buildings just looked great. So with extra high, we were hoping it was able to kind of get over that hump, but it looks like it just basically copied code. So this is going to be the real test to see is extra high actually adding anything. Strength says Ratchet and Clank, probably with respect to what games it could re-implement. You know, doing a kind of like 3D platformer would be awesome, especially with the kind of like what do you call it, the whimsy of Ratchet and Clank. That would be pretty badass. Do you remember Jack and Daxter?
Oh yes,
That was so.
I
good.
was never a big player.
Okay.
but I do
PlayStation had
remember
some
the game.
great IP back then. Like
Was that Naughty Dog?
I thought it was.
Yeah, I
and then
think
they
it
just
is.
did like Uncharted and Last of Us, right? And
Well,
to be
now,
fair,
but
those are huge. So what else are they doing?
no. Yeah, I agree that those are the
Oh,
games they do now.
yeah.
I mean, and they can't even keep up with their own. Like they were gonna do something like a battle royale, or like online. I forget what. I mean, for a long time they were talking about an online game in the Last of Us universe, and then eventually they canceled it, which is too bad.
Whoa. I can just fly through the planet. This is kind of cool though. It looks like there's another city over here, so I'm just gonna go fly through the world to that. Don't mind me.
Yeah, I am. Can you tell if it fixed the buildings at all?
Uh, allegedly there was gravity orientation helpers, so I wanted to fly through to this kind of bigger looking city. Let's see, I probably came through, right? Yeah.
No, it's all off.
It's way worse. I mean, it's tried to. These cars are. Nope.
Oh my god! Look at
They
the
got
cars.
wheels.
They look like robots.
Yeah, and some of them are just. Look at this one. It's just flat. It's not even attached. These are just terrifying. This
Do you
one
have a
looks
sense
more
of?
like.
Does it have any ability to like take screenshots?
No, I don't think it is. It's saying things like, "I found the core issue," stuff like that, and I'm patching the function, but I don't think it's taking screenshots of what's running. It's able to
And
run
he
like
called this Inception World. It's a Dyson sphere.
Yeah.
maybe we should. Maybe we. That's a fun prompt to ask for a Dyson sphere.
oh man. Now it just finished. So this is its finished product. It says buildings now aligned to planet gravity, radial up, not terrain slope. That's just not correct. I have plenty of examples otherwise.
Yeah, do you want to like real quick give it a screenshot and see if it can fix? Because that seems like
Yeah.
critical.
Yeah, if it can't, figure this, that's not great. Well, to be fair, this is a very hard problem. But I think, it being sycophant for a coding model is not great.
Yeah, and it's not that. I mean, like I don't know. You're running around with correct gravity, right? So it's like, all right, why isn't it using that same vector?
Yeah. I guess I'll just go like this.
And in the meantime, I will see if I can get a. Actually, we can see. I'll check in quickly to see if our pyramid prompt ran.
Okay. We've now fully replicated the Great Pyramid of Giza.
I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
The buildings are still not aligned to gravity. See attached. Pick.
And then I was thinking we could also like I can run a Ratchet and Clank just to see what it does.
Oh,
like, from scratch.
Yeah. Definitely do that.
Oh, what is going on your side, man?
Is that? Let me go like this. We just got a new mic, so
yes, there was some feedback that Dylan needed a new mic, so now he has it, and now it picks up everything.
Sorry, we're still working through audio complexities. It is kind of cool that the LOD works, though. And I guess
this is absolutely fascinating. So I did. Luckily, I ran 2 Giza requests, but it thought for like just minutes, like a really long time, and then ran out of tokens.
Oh, in Opus 4.6?
Yeah, so Opus 4.6 wasn't able to get through the full pyramid construction on the first attempt, but it looks like the second attempt might be going better.
Okay.
Currently unfinished. Oh, nice. So I will, while this is all running, I'll see if I can get a Ratchet and Clank recreation running.
Great. I can see more people.
And Heat is asking, maybe it's creating Waterworld post flooding apocalypse. I do love that we have some of this like woo-woo conspiracy stuff just like naturally on the channel. Chris and I are big fans of that world, and Dylan is on the outside, so I think it's really funny. Like,
wait, I don't know if you can see my stream, but we have the people are looking a little bit better in a messed up kind of way.
Okay, I see what you mean. The bodies are like these models all really struggle with rotations, which is like fair.
Whoa, they just. For some reason, it looks like they're now just 2D.
Because I struggle with rotations. You know? No, like seriously, like if you're trying to like program like a data-driven game and you want to like generate stuff from just code, like rotations are probably the hardest piece. Like positions are fairly intuitive. Like it's not fun, but like doing some, Pythagorean theorem or like whatever it may be to get the right dimensions, like some trig involved, like that's okay. But as soon as you start getting trig, it starts to like break my brain at least. And I mean, hey, I was only a math minor. I didn't do the major, so
flexing. Okay, it's now.
I said only.
It's put me out of my misery.
Is it still working over there?
I found the exact bug. The basis handedness was flipped, which can invert the instance rotation and make up point away from gravity. I'm patching the transform. And revalidating mathematically plus a production build. So I'm assuming it's gonna just check itself and then assume it's correct. But hey,
and Heat has termed them log people. They are
the log people.
Oh, it did. I see what you're saying. It did fix the.
I think this is pretty good. Like this.
Okay, good job.
A lot better. Okay, good job. Now make it not shit, but at the very least, it's definitely improving.
Yeah. Is it still running?
I think it's gonna finish up pretty soon. I think it's running an NPM build.
I think the next thing we could do on the planet side is ask for just like improved. It does look like the terrain got a bit better. I don't know if that was an accident or not. But like now there's like kind of distinct mountain ranges and
yeah.
And like flat areas.
Yeah, I guess so.
You guess so. Okay, Dylan guesses so.
It's hard to tell. I've been staring at because I'm more interested in the LOD. I keep like making it like bug out like that. It's doing a pretty good job with it.
Yeah, the lot's good.
Crystals we can still pick up. Still can't pick up stone. And trees is still really skinny.
Do you want to ask for like prop improvements?
Yeah, let's
Like
actually
better
do that.
detailed, like maybe ask for like distinct biomes, forests,
Yep,
deserts with better props.
absolutely. And let's ask for a lot more prop density. I'm just going to be like, just increase the number of props.
And say in both in and out of cities, right? So hopefully it's working on both. And while you're getting that prompt typed in, I can we did get a response on the Great Pyramid, so we can see how it did there.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is Opus 4.6's recreation of the Great Pyramid of Khufu. Okay, it's giving us an entrance that doesn't. I mean, we are looking for realism here, and so the entrance doesn't quite look like this, but at least it is like accessible, and I can walk up these stairs. It's giving me torches. I'm not sure if these have lights. Let's see if I can. I'll turn on lights and hope it doesn't crash anything. Okay, we lost a lot of frame rate with the lights, I'm going to be honest. We're going to turn those off. This is a struggle. 3JS doesn't have like deferred rendering or anything to make lights more efficient. Like Unity's okay. Unreal is still the king of real-time many light setups. All right. Well, it did screw up a little bit of the like it was teleporting me into walls. But if I do go into fly mode, we can see and get a sense for how it constructed the interior. This is potentially the best I've seen. I'm also looking at the Sphinx over there, and although I think it's pointed the wrong way, it is kind of fun to see how it did the Sphinx.
Wow. Yeah, the Sphinx is really
think
not
this
bad.
is probably a mortuary temple. Yeah. So that's pretty solid. Like it was doing a little bit more of the Giza plateau than just the pyramid. I didn't even ask for that. It's got these 3 pyramids. It doesn't have the other 2 large pyramids. So it's sort of artistic license. Looking at the way it did the interior rooms, I'm guessing that this is supposed to be the king's chamber. We can take a look. Yeah, it's hard to tell because there's no sarcophagus in here, which there should be in the king's chamber. I'm not sure if that is the sarcophagus, and then that would mean that like this should be the grand gallery, I guess. Yeah, it definitely could have done better here. I'm not seeing a queen's chamber. It should be over here-ish. We can go underground to see what it added down here. Okay, we've got the descending passage. Hey, he even labeled it correctly. And then the subterranean chamber. Okay, and it's got the little thing. The subterranean chamber is not bad. Ancient inscription. Now, the funny thing is there are no inscriptions in the Great Pyramid, so I do like how it tried to keep the lore going here, but that is also incorrect. Okay, not the worst. In fact, this might be the best we've seen. It's unfortunate that it's not actually navigable, the interior. Like I had to go in fly mode to check this out. But I like what it did with the Giza plateau in general. I think the interior could use some work, and unfortunately that Queen's Chamber is missing. But the models all do love to get that gold capstone on top. So that's good to see.
In the meantime, Codex is still whittling away. It's doing a biome aware prop system first to define explicit biome classes, then derive much denser and better looking prop placement for the biome. I'm also thinking it would be way better if we could actually show I want to show both the thinking and the hot reload at the same time. We'll think about how to like
Well,
discuss that.
Also, pull back up whatever you can, because I'm done with the
Yeah.
pyramid here. I'll get our, what was it, Ratchet and Clank we wanted to do?
Yeah, let's get Ratchet and Clank going. Okay, I'm trying to steal it this time. It seemed to work pretty fast this time.
Yep.
Yep, fantastic. Okay. Doing live debugging is great. Look at us go. So currently we're waiting on this is 5.3 Codex on extra high, and we are expecting it to add more prop density and so on. It's doing a good job at keeping certain aspects. Like we see it's done what we asked and implemented a lot. And as you kind of like zoom in, zoom out, you can kind of see the planet like loading in more detail. So that is fantastic. It's not losing that even as it's doing iterations. It's still keeping some of the props that it's had from like previous iterations, but I'm expecting it to be able to fix the trees and so on.
All right.
I do like when we can go and then make it all freaky.
I've sent off a Ratchet and Clank prompt with no instructions. Just make a very detailed
Make
Ratchet
Ratchet and Clank.
I did say
Wow,
use
we-
React Vite and 3JS, so we'll see how it goes with that. Another thing I wanted to note is that the Codex app is being updated quite frequently.
right now.
Yeah,
Right
like I updated it right before we started recording, and there's already another update.
Yep.
They say don't ship on Friday, but apparently OpenAI disagrees.
Uh-huh.
They've got like an hour and 10 minutes left in the workday or whatever it is.
Oh, that's true. I was like, the PSC.
Whoa, the trees are getting much better.
The trees are getting better. And it looks like they are more frequent as well. So, hey, maybe there is hope. Oh,
Heat mentions that there was a missing power station in the pyramid.
I think
My counter with that there was a missing astral projection ascension engine. So I don't know how much I agree with the power plant.
There was certainly prop based LOD as well. Like if we go like this, I'll show you. So you zoom out, like watch say it keeps reloading. It's making quite a lot of
It's working hard. What can you say?
We're literally putting it through its paces. So if you ever look, do you see these kind of like rough looking orbs and reloaded? Just trust me in this one. Let me do it real fast. Let's go. So these orbs, you fly out, they get small, or they get one big orb, and then you go through, and they turn into more high fidelity. Not bad at all.
That's gonna be really not bad. Wow, that's impressive.
Like actually getting pretty good. And then let's see, is it starting to make any improve? The cars are still. If we have log people, are those log cars? Wait, the only thing it did, so it made these cool trees, but it still has the skinny trees. Maybe these are now just grass. Who knows? Let's see. The log people are still log people.
Yeah, to be fair, you didn't ask for log people to be improved.
Yeah, no. I said just go through and improve general props and stuff like that. But let's see. It's running the build to see if there's any integration errors that I'll patch anything that fails. So that might be it for this iteration. We can maybe push it one more time and then check the Ratchet and Clank world as well. What should we do next on the planet, assuming it doesn't do anything else?
Okay, Heat. What I would say. So Heat's saying if they weren't alien power stations, that they were definitely alien spaceships. Or sorry, if they weren't power stations, they were definitely alien spaceships. I would just ask the classified Stargate program, which existed before the Stargate TV show and was declassified right around the same time as the original Stargate movie came out. Was Stargate right, or was Stargate a distraction? Like, what was the Stargate program? astral projection. So hey, anyways. Sorry for taking us on that woo-woo tangent. Dylan's upset with me now. But
whoa. Well, no, I'm able to do crafting. I was able to craft a stone axe, and now I can gather trees. So it's got light, probably light posts while we're in the city. It's starting to look a little bit better.
How's it doing with
We're running
frames? With the lights?
Good. Like
Okay.
yeah, it must be lagging on stream, but in terms of it running locally, it's crispy. It's not really dropping too much. Like
I almost
these
want to
guys
do
just
I
like
almost want to
ganking.
do like Open Man Sky or whatever. Like start an open source 3JS No Man's Sky that everybody just contributes to with their agents. Because like we're there, you know.
Oh, we got cactus for the desert land.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, this would be cool if like people. Oh, I collected cactus apparently. Can I collect this? Am I using my stone axe? Can I? Nope. So some trees are not cuttable, I guess. What is this? Well, do I have enough stone and rope and stuff? I might craft. Can I get a stone pickaxe? Okay, I did get a stone pickaxe. Click this, click this. Okay, and now I'm going to see if I can finally mine rock or something. I cannot. Yeah, too bad. Kind of cool to see it like actually building up though. It's only been a few prompts. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So it's finished its iteration. It's like, hey, I've done everything. What's the last thing we want to work on? This will probably be the last prompt we do on this city. Should we get it to just kind of improve the buildings and the city structure? Maybe the roads as well?
That could be interesting. I mean, it could also be fun to try like push it on like a new feature, you know?
Do you
Like
want to add like
pilotable
enemies?
spaceship or like
Pilotable spaceship?
okay, how about this?
Yeah.
Just ask for a multi-planet solar system and see what it does.
Okay. Please include a multi-planet
And also a spaceship to get between the planets.
solar system.
By the way,
Include
the
spaceship go between the planets. Yeah. Sent.
doesn't look like a ton of progress is happening on the Ratchet and Clank game, but we'll see.
And that's done by Opus 4.6?
No, this is I'm running this on Codex as well.
Okay, gotcha.
Also extra high, just to be clear.
We have learned from our mistakes.
Although I do think it would be an interesting video to try to compare the various thinking levels of Opus and try to see, where it's actually, or sorry, of GPT 5.3 Codex, and just to see where it's like worth the extra waiting time and the potential like quota burn to choose higher thinking levels. Because for a long time now, since basically the fall, I felt like for a lot of basic engineering tasks, like even beyond basic, like a lot of the models, even some of the mini models, even some of the no thinking models have gotten really good at doing those, especially when they're in an agentic harness and they have the ability to check their work in particular. And so there is this sort of art if you're trying to run as quickly as possible, right? If you've got some deadline that you're trying to meet, it's like, what? I think there was a comment about this on our last video that was like, within cost and time constraints, how quickly can a defined task be completed? Because that is often what matters for people using these day to day for engineering tasks.
Yeah, absolutely. So stay tuned. We are doing, test revamps, and we're thinking of how we can present these as scorecards. We've got some ideas of how to present that on our website so that folks can then use that to see like potentially leaderboards and so on. So fingers crossed, stay tuned. We will hopefully get that to you soon. And please keep giving us feedback of what you want to see. We would love to include that. And also just generally, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate the support. We're trying to...
and thanks for bearing through us as we're like, I mean, we just asked for a big request here. So we're kind of just vamping right while Codex works on multiple fronts. So definitely drop things in chat as Dylan was saying, if you have feedback or if you have questions. Heat says that they're remaking Cannon Fodder, but with raccoons. Raccoon Platoon. I love it. And interesting. So is anti-gravity still free? Because he mentioned that anti-gravity is impressive for no money, which would be interesting to see if Google is still just burning compute.
I see Jason Holloway ask verdict. If we're talking verdict on 5.3 extra high, I would say right now, to Jacob's point, we probably need to do more tests. Right now, I haven't seen a massive change. Like I think it's certainly kind of like looping for longer, but whether that loop is corresponding to like tangible value is not as clear to me. Like there's certainly some tasks where I might.
Are you saying extra high versus medium?
Extra high versus medium, yeah.
Yeah, I think in order to actually suss out where the extra thinking is useful, we'll need to do more testing.
Yeah.
This has proven to me so far, though, that I mean, even coming out of our video yesterday, and like especially now that we've been able to prove that 5.3 Codex was doing some pretty clean LOD implementation there, like
Yeah.
compared to Claude, like Opus 4.6 was able to do certain things better,
Yep.
but it also made massive mistakes that it was never able to recover from.
Yeah.
Like we were complaining about how we couldn't pick up the rock here. Like Opus couldn't even make a rock. Right? It was like spiky, and we
Yeah.
tried to give it targeted feedback, and it was like spiky, and I'm sure that it could. It's not that Opus could never make a rock, right? But I'm just very wary of the Opus models because they're often very good, but they also are very expensive, and the Anthropic plans don't give you a ton of usage on them often. So there will be things that I pull Opus out for, but I think at least based on the information I have now, Codex will be my daily driver for the coming couple of weeks at least.
Yeah. Apparently, it's getting close to being ready to go with the spaceship.
I'm excited
It's at a
to
runtime
see if
switching
that
hooks.
works. It
Next,
is
I'm adding
still
2 new modules, a solar system simulation layer, and a dedicated spaceship controller. Then I'll wire them into game app. So it's making it.
it's making
soon.
progress. And if there are any like quick world
It's
prompts you
making
guys want run, we can always hop back into Vibe Worlds. So definitely let us know if you want to see any specific, if you have any specific world gen requests.
How did the Ratchet and Clank world go?
It's still cooking.
Still cooking.
It hasn't really gotten past scaffold. It was like trying to run like the npx like shortcut command to create a React Vite app. This is where it's like it was a good thing that we ran the initial prompt earlier, because no matter the model, they still sometimes struggle with cold start.
Yep.
And sometimes that depends on what version of Node you have on your machine. If the agent's running locally, or what version of packages it remembers from its like knowledge cutoff, and there are all these problems. Then once you get it into an environment like where there are the baseline packages installed and it can run and all that sort of stuff, then the success rate jumps up greatly. So I'm hoping that the Ratchet and Clank thing still pulls through, but I wouldn't be surprised if it kind of gets stuck on setup there.
Yeah. This is a dead tree. Hey, put dead trees in, I guess,
well, to be fair, the dead tree was at above the tree line, right?
Yeah. Okay, it's starting to add solar system and ship controller, so I wonder if we're going to start to get something that we can fly out to.
I mean, this would be very exciting, right? Like if we're able to.
Whoa. That guy was way faster than the others.
It's the speed demon.
We have a ton of these logs.
But if we are able to get like multi-planet going and you're able to fly from one to the other, like I have had that sort almost working in the past on different models.
Yeah.
And I have done it by hand and made it work. So, I understand the problem well. It's not easy. It's also not like out of this world difficult. So it seems like it's within the realm of what these things can do. I'm excited.
It says, I'm now replacing game app to support 2 runtime modes, surface gameplay per active planet, and space flight mode with ship travel and landing. This is the core integration patch and will wire all new solar system and ship modules together. So this is it. If we see a
Whoa.
hot reload,
Moment
it's
of
gonna be
truth.
fun. Moment of truth. Let's see.
Chat, what do you think? Is this going to work?
I'm kind of optimistic. I think it should be doable, right? Like if it's just generating planets and the fact that it said I'm going to patch these together, it has made its own solar system and ship controller. But chat, are we cooked? Or is this going to be good?
We could be. It's possible. I don't know if Ratchet and Clank's going to happen.
Nah, okay. That's fine. Whoa.
It says its last message was, "I'm now writing the project scaffold, and then I'll implement the full game engine."
Okay. You do that. 5.3 Codex. Wow. We should totally feature crew after hours. Just us playing games.
Yeah,
Just
I
us
mean,
generating
it's
games
basically.
and playing.
Oh, we
Maybe
just
it will.
become game streamers.
Yeah.
Do they have to be AI generated games or?
I don't know. Depends on what the viewers want to see. Okay. What are we getting? What is this? I guess this is the ship.
Oh, that's the ship.
That's the
Oh shit! It reloaded.
It's reloading each time, but we're starting at least with the ship. Okay.
Do you have some way of interacting with it?
R to board the ship.
Oh,
I'm in the ship, but I don't know. It might not have wired everything up. Let's see. I'm running a full build next, and we'll patch any compile runtime issues immediately. Oh no! Can I just? Okay. WSD thrust, shift boost. K jump. Jump to Voss Ember approach orbit. Alpha land. Space jump. If fly toggle.
and I just saw we had a couple of people join. So for anybody joining, we're trying to get Codex 5.3 to basically make No Man's Sky. We have a working planet, and we're having it at a ship, and then a whole solar system of planets, and we want to fly from one to the other.
It was making progress, but unfortunately now it looks like when you hop in the ship, I'm going to see if there's any console errors. No console errors. Yeah. Let's see. It's still thinking. It's still exploring game app. But it does say it thinks that it's put everything in place. So we'll see. Patch any compiler runtime. Yeah. Unfortunate. Because it looks like it's probably just going to be, yeah. Okay, is this hot reload?
5.3 struggling, but hey, there's still a chance it'll pull through. Can GPT 5.3 make full on No Man's Sky? It's the question.
It's very noble. I mean, should we try board again?
Try to board again. The other thing you can try is like just flying with fly mode from before, right?
To like another, yeah.
Just to see
Launch for Aurelia Prime. Space flight active, it says.
I mean, there's a chance that it's working and you just can't, like, you're just inside
You
the
can't
mesh.
see, yeah. Yeah, but we can't tell. And the problem is when you say like land, nothing really happens. Well, allegedly now it says we've landed on Voss Ember. So there must be some kind of must have done something to think about different planets. But
all right, how about try manual flying?
Yeah, I might have to reload because once it's in this point, I don't see any. I might do one hot reload, otherwise I can kill the app. And
you can also try R.
Get out. R just gets back, and then alpha land. Nothing. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill the page and then reload. That's probably the fastest way to. see.
Moment of truth. Are there multiple planets? This is what I want to see.
So I'm just gonna fly, and you want me to see if there's another planet somewhere?
Yeah.
I'm just flying into the void.
Yeah, I'm not seeing
Not
other planets.
seeing other planets.
Well, at least we can check out the LOD. Okay, I mean, this is pretty impressive. Just looking down at the planet.
It's getting pretty cool. What if I just try and oh, you kind of actually, I guess I'm just using gravity to kind of run back down. So you got to be close enough to the ship. I just wanted to also have a look at the like the cities are starting to look kind of cool from afar.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the water's all kind of messed up and stuff, but we could keep iterating. But let's go back to the ship and let's give it one more try. Board ship. Too bad. We could that would just be the next iteration. So to be continued next time, whether Codex 5.3 can fully make No Man's Sky. We got kind of there. 30 minutes of iteration. We're making a little bit of progress.
Yeah, not so bad. And I mean, this is like low key less time than we spent yesterday doing the iteration on Claude and 5.3 medium. So
and just on like plus. So like I think everyone should be, the free and the like plus tier for Codex right now. It's kind of insane.
Yes,
Like,
the best value right now, even if
value.
Claude is the better model in some cases, which I'm still not even convinced of because of like some of the issues we had yesterday with it.
Yeah.
The value on 5.3, specifically in the Codex subscription, which is 2 times rate limits, and I think there's some amount of availability for free users as well. So
Yep.
like make use of that. If you have any projects you want built, send it off in a cloud task. So it takes 5 minutes to type out the prompt and then let it work for 30 minutes and come back
after coffee.
right.
Too good.
Yeah. So yeah, I think just to the point of what we've been discussing so far, our current plan is to get a video out about 5.3 extended thinking if we have time, because we missed that in our review yesterday. There's a bunch more videos that we could do with this current moment and having, Claude 4.6 Opus and GPT 5.3 on the various thinking levels. And so definitely let us know what you want to see. We're going to continue our weekly live streams. So every week at 5:30 Eastern time. And we are also going to be, continuing to do videos whenever new models come out. And so just let us know what you want to see on the channel. As we say repeatedly, we are open to feedback, and we're just trying to make the channel better, and so the viewers and the feedback from the viewers is an important part of that. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for coming live and joining us live and interacting in chat if you did that. And we will see you all soon. Dylan, anything else to add?
No, that's all. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next Friday.
All right, Dylan, kill the screen share.
Should be killed.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.